I'm going to teach you how to create a kill brick in Roblox Studio that you see in a lot of obby games by using the touched event. First, we're going to insert the kill brick into our game. So here, insert a part. Here we have our part. Now we're going to make it a bit bigger. So here, just make it a bit bigger on both sides. Then in the properties, we're going to change the brick color to red and the material, going to change it to neon. So it has this red glowy effect. And then in the Explorer, I'm going to change the name to KILLBRICK. So we will be able to find it in our script. Here we have our script and I've already created a variable for the kill brick. So local kill brick is equals game.workspace.killbrick because the kill brick is inside of the workspace and the name is kill brick. Now we're going to create the touched event. So we're going to say killbrick.touched : we're going to connect the touched event to a function. And then at the end, in these parentheses, we're going to say other part. So we know the part that made the touched event happen. So we can also use this in our function to determine that it was really a player who touched the kill brick. And then at the end, we're going to say enter. So this end text appears. And now we have created the touched event. But before we are going to get the player and make sure that when the player touches the kill brick, they die, we first have to create a debounce to make sure that when a player touches a kill brick, this function will only run once, because otherwise it may lead to a lot of complications because this function will just fire a whole lot of times. So here above, under our kill brick, we're going to say local debounce equals false. And then here in this function, first we're going to check the value of our debounce, and it's a boolean, so it can either be true or false. We're going to check if the debounce is equal to true, then we're going to say return end. So it basically ends the function, because if the debounce is true, the player is already touching the kill brick. And then after this line, we have to set the debounce to true to make sure that if the player is already touching the kill brick, the debounce is set to true. So here we're just going to say debounce is equal to true.